Hey, how's it going out there? Richard Ramirez coming to you from Pismo Beach, California. And it's Friday night, the last Friday of October. So, most of you are probably doing Halloween functions. um, being since, yeah, it's the last weekend. Halloween's on Thursday, right? So, anywho, tonight, what I want to talk about is gratitude. And that is something that I haven't done in my 100-day video series, or video challenge, I should say. Um, and if this is your first video that you're watching from me, over at the Internet Lifestyle Network, we have a 100-day video challenge that it started. Most people that were able to continue doing it are about the halfway point. But this is something that's an ongoing challenge. There's really no end date anymore. A lot of us thought that the end date was going to be in September, but it's just an ongoing challenge that Vincent Ortega decided to put together. And the reason behind the challenge was to not only get into the habit of doing the videos and posting a blog and sharing the information in all the various social networking sites, but the the other half of doing this challenge was that if you didn't make a sale during those 100 days of being consecutively, okay, no stopping in between, and just really doing the daily action that it takes to be an internet marketer, that he would pay the individual $100 out of his pocket. And of course, many of you are probably familiar with, go for 100 no's, because eventually one of those no's will turn into a yes. It's usually 1 out of 10, and if you're a real good closer, then it's usually 3 out of 10. But again, it's a skill. Not everybody learns how to close within the first couple of weeks. But thankfully, within the Internet Lifestyle Network, we do have a course on learning how to close. And it's really all about asking the right questions. So, anywho, going back to my original thought process was talking about gratitude, right? So, one of the groups that I'm in, the topic was abundance. And it's a way to gain traffic over to our fan pages. And the quote that I found has to do with abundance and has to do with gratitude. And often we're told that we need to learn how to be grateful for not only the good things that happen in life, but also for the bad things. And often we want to forget about all the good things that happen in our life when something bad is happening. If you're going through a particular trial or a stage, phase in your particular life, it's hard to remember the good things. And this quote from Napoleon Hill reads, "If you make your prayers an expression of gratitude and thanksgiving for the blessings you have already received, instead of requests for what you do not have, you will obtain results a great deal faster." And that's half the battle right there. Okay, you know, um, I know that if you've been following my story, you know that I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I can remember where there were certain nights that um, I knew I shouldn't have been behind the wheel, and somehow I ended up behind the wheel. Um, but yet I still made it. I got home. Um, it's what we call a blackout drunk driver. Um, and those are some scary nights because you wake up in the morning and you have no clue how you got there. Thankfully, I've never killed anybody in any of those incidents, um, situations. But my life could have been differently. Um, I've been in and out of jail, and yet God always has a way of getting us to do the right thing. At the time, I didn't understand why I was getting a DUI. Well, obviously because I was drinking and driving. But earlier that day, I recall telling some friends, or one situation I was telling a roommate that I needed to do something different because I was spending way too much money on alcohol. And every one of these nights that I said this, God's humor was giving me a DUI. Now at the time, I didn't think of it as being funny. I was mad. I blamed it on all my friends that I went out with because they didn't take the keys away from me, and the whole 9 yards. I blamed everybody except myself. So now, after having just over 3 years sober, I can look back and say, you know what? Thank you, God. You helped me to realize that what I was doing was wrong. And He helped me to go through my own recovery so that I'm able to actually get in front of a camera and talk to who knows how many people that I don't even know yet. And yet I met some of you over at our first ILN event back in Arizona. And we're going to be having another one in January, so I'm looking forward to that. So hopefully those of you who didn't make it to the first event will be able to make it to the next event. So, anywho, take some time to be grateful. Be grateful for the things that you have today. It could be just as simple as waking up in the morning. If you're somebody who has aches and pains and you were finally able to walk down to the end of the driveway, that's a success in itself for some. We all have different success stories, and it's how we come out at the end of that journey. As I often hear, that letting go of the past is one of the biggest struggles. But yet, once you learn to let go of the past, then you're able to move forward. So, the future you is waiting to meet you. But if you don't let go and you continue to live in yesterday, you'll never get that opportunity to meet the person that you might become. So, remember to do what you love with passion. give yourself grace for the mistakes that you have made, and continuously grow at least 1% than the day before. If you want to find out more information about what we do over at the Internet Lifestyle Network, then go ahead and just send me a message over at Facebook, and I'll get you in our private Facebook group, take a test drive, see what we're about, and if it's a community that you love and enjoy, then we'll go ahead and talk further and see how you can participate. So, this is day number, what day are we? Oh yeah, number 31. 31 of the 100-day video challenge. So, you all have a great night. Enjoy the weekend. I know some of you are having some snow and having some cold weather. So remember to bundle up. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care.